Mr. Speaker, I move for acceptance of the Joint Committee's favorable report and passage of the bill. We are looking for a plan. We are asking the technical high school system, the Labor Department, State Department of Education, Board of Regents, and representatives from private industry to develop a plan to utilize the manufacturing centers at the technical high schools. We would like for them to develop a plan that would offer career readiness programs for high school students and for adults seeking to re-enter or retrain for the workforce, and also offering instruction that is approved for the education component of apprenticeship programs. In developing the plan, we are asking them to consider 10 things which are listed, and I'll just name a few. Recommendations of the Early College Task Force, preparing participants for the National Career Readiness Training Certificate or other nationally recognized credentials, utilizing pre-apprenticeship programs to allow students to get valuable work experience, examining emerging regional, state, and national industries and seeing if we can also utilize this model to develop that workforce, looking at identifying how to overcome any possible impediments to utilizing the technical schools, identifying possible funding sources, and examining the possibility of awarding college credits. Mr. Speaker, I move adoption.
Would you carry a remark? Would you carry a remark further on House Amendment A? Representative Willis.
Representative Maroney, who serves on the Higher Education Committee, has done a stellar job in putting this legislation together. We are very fortunate to have someone who has this kind of expertise that was able to really guide us through this process. We started out wanting to ensure that there is collaboration between our technical schools and our community colleges, and he was able to craft something that I think will be a real benefit. So I want to thank him publicly for his work and his contribution and urge my colleagues to support this piece of legislation. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. Would you carry a remark? Would you carry a remark further on House Amendment A? Representative Acker.
First, I'd like to thank Representative Maroney on some good work here and understanding that we have some facilities and some resources that we can really take advantage of. So I'd like to thank him first and foremost.
This is a plan bill, and so it's no mandate. We're asking the experts to come forward and to develop a plan to do this and consider these 10 things. They may not be feasible, and they may tell us that, but we're asking them to consider them. And then also, from the input of Representative Leggett, we made sure that it does not limit them to just these 10 items in case there are other ideas that we have not thought of yet. The vision is, since we have the advanced manufacturing centers, currently 13 high schools have 13 of the VOTEC schools have the manufacturing programs, to start there, but then to also look at any other emerging industries. We've heard that there are growth industries, obviously, with the expansion of natural gas. That's in energy is an area. Construction is an area. Computer programming is an area that we have a workforce need. So looking at expanding the workforce development to any of those areas.
Would you carry a remark? Would you carry a remark further on House Amendment A? Representative Sawyer.
So I'm very excited to see what comes out of it, and I would thank the gentleman for all his work on this particular bill, because I think this is truly one of the big pieces in the next 3 years that will be a job training model. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Madam. Representative Nugent.
And Mr. Speaker, I'd like you to know that, and Representative Maroney, I would like to thank him for signing on to Senate Bill 420 and 370 and for working very hard with us to make this program a reality for sub-S corporations. I am very grateful for that. Mr. Speaker, I believe in it. I'm very passionate for it because it is very important to take those students and allow them to become tomorrow's leaders who are involved in technology rather than having them just fall through the cracks in our society.
Our goal is to incorporate industry and trade organizations and, as they say, the boots on the ground to get as much information we can. The goal is to prepare the students and the adults to go to the workforce, so we need to know what skills they need.
In order to know what you want to do, and many times you have to have a hands-on experience, the practical experience, the book experience, but the actual physical hands-on experience. And I think this is important. Again, I commend you. I think it's a good start. We have to work on this and continue to work on this. But it's something we should continue to do, and I congratulate you for that. And any help, we're here to help, and I fully support this. Thank you.
Representative O'Day.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in strong support of this legislation, and I want to thank Representative Maroney for his legwork on this. This is the exact type of legislation we need to be doing in this House. This is fantastic. We need to train our residents in new jobs and get them working and off the unemployment rolls. So I commend the Representative Maroney on this, and I encourage my fellow representatives to vote for it. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
The bill as amended passes.